Let's get started.
1973 Oldsmobile Omega. 1973 Oldsmobile Omega is the kind of classic that brings a little mischief wherever it goes. This unusual hatchback combines 1970s styling with V8 muscle, making it an interesting choice for anyone who likes classic cars with personality rather than perfection. Located in Hilton, New York, this Omega is offered at price $6,500, with the seller also open to negotiation and trades. The car has 88,000 miles and features a 3-speed automatic transmission. Under the hood is a 350 rocket V8 that the seller believes to be original. It has been fitted with a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, headers, and a 2.5-inch exhaust, giving the car a more aggressive feel. Inside, the black interior features reupholstered seats and new carpet. New tires and brakes are also included, while air conditioning and chrome moldings add some extra appeal. The Omega was reportedly purchased by Coca-Cola in Florida during the year the company sponsored NASCAR. The seller says it was originally red with white pinstripes. The current paint is rough, so this is clearly not a show car. Instead, it is a fun, distinctive classic with plenty of character and potential. 1969 Pontiac Lemons. 1969 Pontiac Lemons has a bold personality that stands out everywhere, with that unmistakable old-school attitude and a little roughness that makes it even more interesting. This green classic is located in Omaha, Nebraska, and the asking price, $6,799, sits nicely in the middle of the first paragraph. With 123,456 miles, it is clearly a car that has lived some life, but the seller says it runs, drives, and stops really well. Under the hood, this Lemons packs a 400 cubic inch engine paired with an automatic transmission. A pause traction rear end with highway gearing adds another appealing touch for anyone who enjoys cruising in a vintage American car. The seller also mentions that a lot of work was completed by the previous owner, although the car still has plenty of quirks. The green exterior gives it a classic late 1960s look, while the gasoline-powered setup keeps things simple and familiar. This is not being presented as a flawless collector piece, and that may actually be part of its charm. For someone wanting a driver-friendly classic with V8 character, automatic convenience, and plenty of personality, this Lemons could be a fun project to enjoy on the road. 1963 Ford Club Wagon Passenger. 1963 Ford Club Wagon Passenger is a wonderfully unusual classic that brings back the days when a simple wagon could be both practical and seriously cool. Located in Martin, Tennessee, this project is offered at a price $2,700, making it an intriguing option for someone who enjoys building something different from the usual crowd. This gray wagon has 12,345 miles listed and features an automatic transmission with a tan interior. The seller says it has a 5.0-liter engine with an AOD automatic transmission installed, and the drivetrain is already hooked up. It still needs ignition wiring, fluids, and some work before hitting the road, so a trailer, cash, and a friend will be needed. Several useful parts are included, including a new timing chain, water pump, and a gas tank that remains in the box. The wagon also has an 8-inch rear end with 5-bolt rear hubs. There is rust, as expected with a project of this age, but the seller says all the glass is good. With its uncommon body style and V8 powered potential, this Ford could become a seriously cool cruiser. 1978 Chevrolet Malibu Classic. 1978 Chevrolet Malibu Classic is the kind of vintage cruiser that keeps things simple, comfortable, ready for everyday fun. Located in Jetersville, Virginia, this used classic is being offered at a price $5,500, with the seller saying they are open to offers and certain trades. Powered by a V6, this Malibu runs great and is described as a hop-in-and-go car. Recent maintenance includes an oil change, new spark plugs, a new alternator, a new battery, fresh brake pads, and new wipers. The tires also have plenty of tread remaining, giving the car a solid practical foundation. Inside, the stereo has been upgraded, and the seller says everything seems to work as it should. The heater works well, while the air conditioning is the main item needing work. It may only need a recharge, although the compressor could require replacement. Thankfully, the AC components are still present and intact. The paint is said to be in good shape, adding to the car's appeal. For anyone looking for a relaxed late 1970s American cruiser, this Malibu Classic offers a nice combination of usable condition, recent maintenance, and vintage charm. 1972 Ford Mustang Hardtop Coupe. 1972 Ford Mustang Hardtop Coupe brings classic Mustang attitude with plenty of room for a hands-on restoration. This project car is located in Rochester Hills, Michigan, and the asking price, $5,000, puts it within reach for someone ready to turn an unfinished classic into something special. This Mustang comes with a 302 V8 and shows 60,973 original miles. The seller describes it as a non-running project that needs a rear main seal along with some body work. It is being sold as is, so this one is definitely aimed at a buyer who enjoys getting involved rather than simply turning the key and driving away. The hardtop coupe body gives it that unmistakable early 1970s Mustang appearance, while the 302 V8 provides a solid foundation for a future restoration. There is plenty of opportunity here to decide how original, customized, or performance-focused the finished car should become. For a classic Mustang fan, this could be an exciting blank canvas. With reasonable offers considered and cash only, it may be worth a closer look for someone searching for a project with strong potential and plenty of vintage character. 1960 Dodge Dart Seneca. 1960 Dodge Dart Seneca has the kind of old-school charm that instantly makes you want to take the long way home. Located in Lodi, Ohio, this beige classic is offered at a price, $5,000, with the seller also open to offers and possibly a trade. Powered by a slant-six engine and equipped with a 3-speed manual transmission with the classic column shifter, this Dart runs, drives, and stops. It has 29,275 miles listed and a clean title, while the seller says it has no significant damage or major problems. The car is not presented as perfect, and that is part of its appeal. During the previous winter, new parts were installed to make it roadworthy. The interior and exterior have also been professionally detailed, giving this vintage Dodge a cleaner, more cared-for appearance. The seller purchased the Dart from an estate last year, adding a little history. The odometer and fuel gauge currently do not work, so there are still a few details to sort out. For someone wanting a classic driver with genuine character, this Dart could be a fun and affordable choice. 1966 Ford Thunderbird Coupe 2D. 1966 Ford Thunderbird Coupe 2D brings a smooth combination of vintage style, V8 power, and relaxed cruising personality. Located in Marion, Kentucky, this blue Thunderbird is priced at a price, $5,500, and the seller says the price has already been reduced and will not go lower. Under the hood sits a 390 V8 paired with an automatic transmission, and the seller says the car runs and drives great. With 48,000 miles listed, The Thunderbird also features new paint, a decent white interior, and new tires. A clean title adds another positive touch. There are a few items left for the next owner to handle. One power window motor needs replacement, and the door panels should also be replaced. The seller found replacement panels online for around $700, giving a future owner a clear idea of the remaining work. This Thunderbird is not being offered as a perfect finish show car. Instead, it is described as a sweet-running cruiser that someone can enjoy while gradually making it their own. For anyone who loves big American coupes, this 1966 Thunderbird offers plenty of classic presence and V8 character. 1970 Buick Riviera. 1970 Buick Riviera is a big, stylish American coupe with the kind of presence that still turns heads decades later. Located in Omaha, Nebraska, this blue Riviera is offered at a price $5,500, with the seller willing to consider offers. The car has 84,500 miles and features an automatic transmission, console, and pause traction. Under the hood is a 455 V8, described by the seller as the best year for the 455. The Riviera runs, drives, and stops, although a few items need attention. The water pump leaks, the driver door window regulator slips, and the starter can heat soak after driving. The air conditioning components have been removed and are stored in the trunk. Rust is present on the rear fenders and around the vinyl top, while the floors had amateur repairs. The trunk is solid, and all glass is said to be perfect. Several new parts have already been installed, including brake lines, exhaust, shocks, carpet, tires, hoses, fuel line, radiator, thermostat, and sound deadening material. With a clean Iowa title, this Riviera offers a strong foundation for a stylish classic cruiser project with potential today. 1969 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. 1969 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 is the kind of classic pickup that keeps things simple, tough, and ready for cruising. This white long bed pickup is located in Hamilton, Ohio, and the asking price, $6,500, makes it an interesting option for anyone wanting a vintage Chevy with plenty of room for improvement. This C10 is powered by a 250 inline-six engine paired with a 3-speed manual transmission operated from the column. The truck has 111,000 miles and a clean title, while the seller says it runs and drives great. A full tune-up and valve adjustment have already been completed, helping keep the engine running properly. The braking system has also received attention, with front disc manual brakes, new brake lines, and a new master cylinder. New wheels and tires give the truck a fresh look and add some practical appeal. The main project item is the bed, which needs a new floor. Once that work is handled, the seller believes this could make a solid cruiser. With its classic C10 shape, straightforward inline-six power, and recent mechanical work, this Silverado could be a fun vintage pickup for someone who enjoys driving and improving an old truck. 1973 Chevrolet SS. 1973 Chevrolet SS has the kind of unfinished potential that can get a classic car enthusiast thinking about the possibilities. Located in Livingston, Tennessee, this white Chevrolet is offered at a price $5,000 and comes with a clean Tennessee title. The seller describes it as a solid project with metal that is good all the way around. It features a factory 350 engine setup with a 4-speed transmission, along with power steering and power brakes. However, the truck is currently ready for the engine and transmission work to be completed, so this is definitely a project rather than a ready-to-drive cruiser. The listing says most of everything needed is already in the truck, which could make the restoration process a little easier for the right buyer. The solid body is especially appealing because major structural concerns can quickly turn a classic project into a much bigger job. There are no trades being considered, and the seller has made it clear that the vehicle remains available as long as the listing is active.